Do you journal?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I
fine.
do. And a lot of the work that I do, so in the coaching that I do, I give a lot of homework. And it's writing prompts and digging deep and breaking things down. And everything I do has to do with, you can call it journaling, but it's a lot of writing. I think that's really, really healing for people.
Yeah, indeed, indeed, indeed. Cherie, what is your one or two things that help you? Because four kids, a professor, and a global business, it's quite a lot of things, yeah? Oh,
She
Uh-oh.
Cherie,
froze.
where's she gone? Oh no. All right, Junaid, we'll come to you.
Oh, sleep.
What? Sleep?
Yeah, I think sleep is like. So I have sleep apnea.
Oh,
So what that means
I
is
know.
you. Yeah, so you basically when I got a sleep study, my sleep efficiency was at 66%. So a regular person typically has 85 to 90% sleep efficiency. So that means when I needed basically 12 hours of sleep to feel like a normal person who got 8. So I
Wow.
sleep with the machine. I
Yeah.
actually don't mind. It felt like I was Superman after that. And I'm pretty sure my brain development was affected in high school due to lack of sleep, and I'm pretty sure I had it. So I value sleep. When I'm not getting enough sleep, I realize that I'm more emotional, more reactive, that I'm not as flexible. I get more irritated easily, and I find a lot of people who are working corporate jobs tend to, higher up. They're so busy, and then now, they sort of make a little more sense because they're just sleeping 4 to 5 hours every day, and they're doing it every day for years on end. And I think it really impacts how they treat people, and right because you just take it out
Definitely.
on others, you take it out in the world. So one thing I really recommend is just to be the best version of yourself. I think sleep is an essential thing.
Absolutely. And you know what? I did a series of posts about a book called Why We Sleep and the
By Matthew
compare.
Walker, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's such a
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah, it's amazing.
So the end of the book, for if you haven't read it, things like cancer growth in rats was 400% higher in rats that had 6 hours sleep as opposed to 8 hours sleep. So adults need 8 hours sleep, and I'm surprised and I'm sorry that you have the sleep apnea because you don't look fat, Junaid.
Yeah, no,
Um,
it's a misconception that you have to be fat. I mean, I have it
Mhm.
because I have an enlarged neck and a tight, like, nostril area. It's, physiological. You can't. I mean, sometimes surgery is an option, but you know, I, it's hit or miss. But the machine works for me, so
Yeah, yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. So everything that we've come out with so far, I absolutely agree with. I'll just tell you about my practice or a couple of practices I do daily, and then we'll come to Cherie, who very briefly disappeared from our screens. We were lost without you. Um, so a couple of things I do. The first thing I do is that, like Junaid, I sleep, and my sleep pattern is I go to bed every night at 9 o'clock. Now, I'm single and boring, and I have no friends or family, so that's easy for me. But a sleep pattern is the most important thing to me. I have to get a certain amount of rest in. Then, like Hannah, every morning, I exercise. So I was on the cross trainer this morning for 90 minutes because that space in the mind, I've got Hannah, I think, has got the same thing as me, synesthesia, as colors and lights and stuff going on in my head all the time. So I put the music in, close my eyes, and I'm just an hour and a half later, I'm like, oh, that was exciting. And the other thing I do is that, so dyslexics have multiple perspectives. They see things in different places all at the same time. It's not just me being a nutter. And what I do to practice that, so I practice the cognitive skill that I now understand I have. And what I do is I go out and do advanced driving, which requires a 5-step process. And I'm continuously going as I drive, which enhances my decision making abilities, it enhances my observation, it enhances my application of meaning, and it gives me such a controlled version of my reality that I pretty much make up what I want to make up as a visual experience. So, Shiri, final word on
Thank you.
this.
So I listened to everyone. I don't know what happened there. For me is, and you're right, you know, my life, I have a big life. I'm not busy. I just have a big life. And so I got into meditating, which is great. So I created that habit. So, you know, Marisa and Hannah, you spoke a little bit about that. So I do that, you know, every morning before I get out of bed, and, you know, every night. And one thing that has helped me, because especially, you know, now, you know, a lot of people have lost like purpose or, you know, motivation. So for me, setting an intention every day that gets me excited about something. It could be nothing. It could be something as meaningless as I'm going to go for a walk in the park, or it could be something as meaningless as, you know what, I'm going to coach someone new into my team. I don't know what that is, but I set that intention for the day, and that gives me purpose. It gives me motivation. So that's huge. I exercise as well, and, you know, that's a key. But that small addition of an intention every day, and I got to tell you, the days that I don't do it,
Yeah.
my day, it's unbelievable. I forgot the name of the book. There's actually a great book about intention. So setting an intention every day gives you motivation, gives you purpose. And I find that that's amazing. I share that with my kids. I bring my kids into my intention, into that. So it allows me to, you know, have that accountability, that much more fun, you know, and doing it with my family as well.
Absolutely. And what's beautiful about that is the setting an intention. So doing anything purposefully, it basically makes things that would stop you otherwise just slide by the way, because you know what you want. And the problem a lot of people face is they don't know what they want, because like Hannah has said, like Marisa has said, like Janeda said, we don't really know ourselves. So I would reach out to anyone watching this video from any of our connection posts, to reach out to our 4 guests today. You can reach out to me, but I'm stupidly expensive. So I would go to, no, I mean, actually obscenely expensive. So connect with the 4 guests in the show today. You've just heard what we do every day to make it work. So if you're in business, or if you're in a personal situation, you're in a relationship situation, what you need to do is you need to turn up with 100% of yourself. And that comes from the practices that you do every day. You don't get fit from going to the gym for one day. So thank you very much for watching. We'll be back with some more conversations. Yeah, lots of interesting topics coming up, and I'm sure we'll be speaking with our guests again soon. So everyone say goodbye. And does anyone do,
Thank you.
before we go,
Thank you for having us.
yeah, I'm
Bye.
thinking, how about an animal impression? Do you want me to go
Go
first?
for it.
Okay. Okay.
Moo.
Yeah, these are very human animals. I'm thinking more of it, right? Okay.
I love it. I haven't done that. My kids are older now. I haven't done that in years.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? You do that a lot when you're a kid.
And Marisa, we've got less than a minute. Do your animal impression.
Woo, 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 woo. That's my dogs.
I was thinking, what kind of animal is that? It sounds like Homer Simpson going, woo, 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 woo.
That's what they do. That's what they do when they see dogs outside.
Oh, funny.
Maybe I should just quit and go back to making noodles.
Quit, don't quit. Noodles, don't noodles. You are too concerned with what was and what will be. There's a saying, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present.